y'all, it's Shyne International here, and I am back with another video. So today I'll be doing a get ready with me. So I basically wanted to touch bases on what's been going on in my life, my headspace, and everything that I learned last year. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell thing so you can get notified every time I drop some new heat. And I'm just getting ready for YouTube, honestly. I'm gonna record some videos today and I'm gonna be proactive. And I'm like, dang, I thought to myself, like, I haven't did a get ready with me since last year. So I'm like, okay, let me do another one and just, you know, just talk. So as you can see, my eyebrows are already done. Like, I'm not really doing much eyeshadow. It's just a everyday makeup look that I'm doing today. So let's go ahead and get started. So as you guys may probably know, or you didn't know, I do not use foundation. I barely even use tinted moisturizer, but for the sake of the video, I'm going to use tinted moisturizer. NARS in the color Martinique Medium Dark 3. 2020 has been crazy. I had so many plans. I had so many things I wanted to accomplish. And of course we didn't know that COVID-19 was coming through like a wrecking ball. So yeah, it came and kind of messed up our plans, kind of sat me down. My shop was closed for like a month, which I'm grateful for because I know Atlanta was wide open, honestly. I was still selling wigs and shipping them out and stuff, and then I was delivering them safely, of course. But it really had me worried because I didn't know at the time how long I was gonna be sitting down for. But I was grateful because it gave me time to do other stuff. So I was getting into my channel. I learned how to sew. I started making my wigs on the sewing machine. So that was like the good part about it. COVID didn't really stop my flow actually, which I'm grateful for too. Like, I know for a lot of people got laid off. A lot of people had to close their businesses down. Just like a lot of unfortunate things. A lot of people lost people to COVID. I could say that I haven't lost anybody close to me from COVID, but I did have a couple of family members and friends that got COVID. So that was unfortunate and that was scary because at the time we didn't know much about this flu or this sickness or whatever. But I still accomplished a lot of things. I moved. Business was still doing well. Like I said, I only had to sit down for a month. So that was good. Okay, so now that I did that, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyeshadow trick. Cause baby, I'm not really good at eyeshadow. I mean, I do what I can, but I don't really do eyeshadow every day. It's not an everyday thing for me. I barely do it, honestly. Okay, so this is my eyeshadow trick. This is my everyday eyeshadow. I use bronzer. So I'm using Bare Minerals matte bronzer. So I take a little bit of that. It looks like you have a whole little eyeshadow beat. In all reality, it's bronzer. I don't know who the hell taught me this. I think I taught myself this, but I realized a lot of girls did this trick. So if you didn't know, baby, now you know. I feel like this was a year of healing for me, which is crazy. Like, you think you have life all figured out, and then it throws a curveball at you, and you just be like, what the hell was that? So basically, I've learned a lot about myself. Damn. Okay, so I'm about to go in with my concealer. It's Ruby Kisses concealer and it's in Rich Caramel. So I'm gonna go ahead and lighten everywhere that I want to highlight. So I learned a lot about myself this year, and I I used to go through life feeling like I wasn't the problem, like nothing was wrong with me. Like, you know, some things I would know that I was wrong and I would apologize. But like big issues in like of me as a person wasn't even aware of. So it's like now that I'm aware of it, it's like the game changed, you know? And the first step is awareness and acknowledgement. So how can you even acknowledge something that you're not aware of? And that was me. I had to really sit down and take time to myself to be like, you do this, and just pinpoint, just like really get to know you, like doing the self-work. And it's called shadow work. Either you could journal it, or you could just think about it, or you could talk about it. I like to talk about things. That's my outlet. So like going to a therapist is a good idea, a good way of doing shadow work. And you just talk about things that you haven't healed from in your past. And baby, let me tell you, childhood trauma plays a big role in a lot of people's lives, like just of how we grew up and how we are as a person. I don't care what anybody says, like you have to heal from things that you experienced when you were younger, or even not even just young like a child, even your young adult days. So yeah, that's what really shadow work is about. It's like facing yourself in a mirror. Some people smoke. I know I like to get drunk. Some people just hold all their things in and just don't ever talk about it. So how can you heal from something that you're keeping bottled up? And it's like you keeping that pent up feeling. So you pent up pain, pent up anger, like just keeping it bottled up. Some people do that. I know one of the things that I've done, especially with my childhood, like I will like push it out of my memory as if it never happened. And so I would not acknowledge it, and I would forget it. Because when you used to not thinking about something, it's like, did it really happen? In your mind, bitch, no. And so that's how I would deal with my trauma. And so shadow work is really just basically bringing all of that back up, facing it in the face, and just dealing with it. So if you cry in that moment, you cry. If you just remembering how it made you feel, and then tying it to things that you do in your everyday life. And that's the first step. So that's what I've really been doing last year. And when I tell you, it taught me so much about myself, y'all. Like so much. It made me like, damn, I didn't know that I was like this, or I didn't know that because some things are subconscious. So it's like, you don't even know that you're doing it. You don't know that you're acting this way, or you don't know that you're, for an example, you could be somebody who pushes people away when you feel like they're getting too close to you. And that's a subconscious act from something that may have happened to you as a child, or maybe people pushed you away as a child, and that like you never really got too close to somebody, or you may have trust issues from however many years ago. So that's just an example. And you do it subconsciously. You don't even notice that you're doing it. It's just how you are. Okay, before I get into things that I've learned, I'm gonna go ahead and contour. This is Black Radiance Color Perfect, and I lost the top to it, so I don't know the shade of it. But honestly, contouring is really just getting any shade darker. Not too dark, but depends on how like deep you want to contour it. Just get like 3 shades darker than you. One of the things I've learned from doing shadow work, I don't make emotional connections with my friends or with my girlfriends. Like, of course there's some emotion there. I'm not a robot, but I used to show my love with money and buying people stuff, and that's how I showed I cared. But I never really had that deep emotional connection with my friends. They would have that emotional connection with me, but I wouldn't like give it back in return, if you get what I'm saying. We didn't have like a deep connection, a deep enough connection, if you say that. I guess I wouldn't let people in. And in a relationship, building an emotional connection with my partner, like they used to feel like I didn't care. And I did care, but I'm not as affectionate. Not saying that I'm not at all, but I'm not as affectionate, or I'm not as like nurturing, and I'm not as like catering in my feminine energy as much as I could have been. And as y'all know, I date women. So women like that. Like I was like the man, basically. Like women want to be told that they're beautiful, and women want to be booed up and laid up and spend time and affection. And I just wasn't like that. I'm just in my masculine energy, like, okay, work, work, work. I'll buy you this, I'll buy you that. You know what I'm saying? And for some people that's okay, but for others it's not enough. Another thing I learned was loving people in their love language. My love language is acts of service. I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs appreciate acts of service, or people that are busy, period, because it's like we already have like a large load, if you will, and it's just so refreshing when our partner or a friend does something to like lighten our load. So my love language is at the top. Number 1 is act of service. Number 2 is gifts. I love gifts. Buy me stuff. Number 3 is words of affirmations. You know, tell me you're proud of me. Tell me I'm beautiful, stuff like that. So now y'all, I'm about to bake with the Ben Nye Luxury Powder. So words of affirmations, and then at the bottom is like spending time, quality time, and physical touch. Physical touch is the last on my list. Like I don't even you gotta learn other people's love language, and you can't love them in your love language, and that's something that I've learned as well. Like because my love language is act of service and buying gifts, that's how I show love as well, because that's what I like, you know. So I assume that that's what everybody likes, and that's not what it is. If a person's love language, number 1 love language is quality time, you buying them gifts is nothing. Like it's still not fulfilling their needs, and you're still not loving them how they want to be loved. You get what I'm saying? So that was definitely one of the things that I've learned. And how do you love somebody in their love language? How do I even know their love language, you might ask? Getting to know a person on a deeper level. Asking them questions. Or just even paying attention to their body language, or things that they want to do. Or just paying attention to them when they talk to you. Like, just getting to know them on a deeper level. And I found that you cannot get to know anybody on a deep level if you don't get to know yourself on a deep level. How can you even know how to get to know somebody else when you don't even know how to get to know yourself? You feel me? Another thing that I've learned is the power of self-worth and self-value. Like, this is a transparent moment because honestly, I put up with a lot of stuff that I had no business putting up with. When you put up with things that you don't even deserve and stuff like that, that's like a lack of self-worth. And it's not even a lack of self-worth, it's more so of lack of awareness of your self-worth, okay? Because we all are worthy, but do we know or do we feel worthy? That's the question. If you don't feel worthy, and if you don't even know or acknowledge your worth, you will put up with anything. And I feel like that was a big thing. Like, I didn't know my worth, okay? And one thing about it, worth is not determined by material things or outside things. Having higher standards, like not putting yourself through the same ish that you done been through. Knowing what's for you and who's for you and what's not. I need to align with people that are for me and who knows my worth as well. Because when you deal with people, friends, family, all that, and you don't even know your worth, how do you expect the next person to acknowledge your worth? They gonna treat you how you treat you. So it's just like, definitely learn that self-love. You cannot love anybody until you love yourself wholeheartedly. Like, you love everything about yourself, and it takes time. Like, cause we all have flaws and we all have things that we want to change about ourselves, things that we we wish we were this way. You have to love yourself through those flaws and not judge yourself. And that was like the biggest thing. And it's sad that I've learned it so late. I mean, I've always been on a self-love journey, but it's like last year really showed me what self-love really is and really consists of. Like you could be confident and feel like you love yourself all you want, but it's what you put yourself through. Like, do you really love yourself if you put yourself through that? Okay, so now I'm about to dust off my my bake with this Black Radiance Gold Almond finish. So I just dip it in, knock it off, and just... Self-love really comes from spending time with yourself, getting to know yourself. I always say this in all of my videos, but trust me, like, I'm not steering y'all the wrong way. I wouldn't tell you nothing wrong, okay? I found myself judging myself like, oh, I wish I knew this when I was 21. I wish I knew this when I was 19. I wish I knew all this when I was younger. Why it took me so long to learn this. But girl, it's 40, 50, 60-year-olds that are just now learning what I'm talking about, what I've been talking about in this video. Like, just now learning it. I'm talking about they've been repeating cycles and patterns all their life until one day they just bumped their head and they just woke up and realized, like, okay, you know, everybody learns at their own pace. And so just be, I learned to just be grateful that I'm learning this, you know? I'm using my slanted brush and I'm gonna go dip back in lightly into the same bronzer that I used earlier to eyeshadow, to do some fake eyeshadow. So I learned how to master emotional control. Well, I'm not gonna say master because I still have things to learn, but listen, as much shit I've been through last year, I feel like I handled everything well, with class, with couth. I just feel like I handled everything well and I didn't spaz out like I've done in the past, like I'm so used to doing in the past. I used to be a hothead. I used to be out here like fighting everybody, arguing, all types of stuff. Like, no, I handle my emotions in the privacy of my own home. Nobody would even know that I've been through half the things that I went through last year. Like, seriously. And I love that because nobody has to know. Your close friends, they can know, but like taking everything to social media or even just like showing out in front of people, it's not the wave. All right, I'm gonna contour my nose with the dusting powder lightly. I feel like I will be rewarded for how well I handled everything, all the BS in my life. I'm gonna be rewarded because, baby, if I even get into half that shit, y'all would be like, girl, what the heck? Anyways, now I'm spraying the Milani Naked Last setting spray just to soften it up. And I love dewy setting spray. I don't like matte. I don't think matte matches my face. I don't know, I just feel like it looks so dry. So I love dewy, I love a dewy look. So another thing that I realized that I was doing last year and years prior was I would doubt myself. I feel like I underestimate myself so much, like, or I would doubt myself because I would be scared what people would say, or just scared of failure. I would doubt myself so much, and I don't give myself enough credit for like where I came from, where I'm at now, and where I'm going. Like, and it's like now I know I'm not no regular person. I know I'm destined for great things. So that also comes with self-love. The proof is in the pudding. Look how far I came. Like, I never would have seen this for myself years ago. So definitely taught me to have faith in myself and just go for it. Take risks. If it fails, it's just another lesson. If it succeeds, then hey, you know, look at you. You doing you. I like that for you. So That was definitely another lesson, because I feel like I'm my biggest critic, and I'm my biggest, like, I hold myself back, because I'll have so many ideas and stuff that I want to accomplish, and the discredit mixed with procrastination, I don't even end up doing something, and then I see somebody else do it, or I just be like, damn, I should have did this. And it's just like, why even waste the time? Why even, like, we only live once. Take advantage of every day, take advantage of every opportunity. You never know what could take off of you, and that's a big lesson or whatever. And stop discrediting yourself, ladies and gents, whoever's watching this video. Stop discrediting yourself. Stop feeling like you're not good enough. Stop feeling like it's not gonna work out for you, because what if it does? Hello? That's all I'm trying to say. Now I'm about to use my Nana Coco Glisten Face and Body Pigment. Okay. And I'm gonna use this for like highlight, the highlighting glitter. Y'all know I love me some highlight. Intuition and discernment. I know I talked about that in like one of my past videos, but I've always had intuition. We all have intuition. It's something, especially women, something that we're built into. I mean, that's built into us, like we're born with it. It's innate, okay? So we have intuition, I have intuition, you have intuition, they have intuition, everybody has intuition. But I noticed that people, including me, we don't trust our intuition or our discernment. And discernment, if you haven't seen the past video, discernment is the ability to judge well, like basically having good judgment. You need that in this life, okay? We need to make our own decisions. I used to be the girl who used to ask my friends like, oh, do you think I should do this? Or what you think about this before I make a decision? Like, I would put more trust in my friends and my family, my mom to be specific. I would put more trust in them than my own self. Nobody is you. And that's your power. Nobody is you. So only you know what's best for you. I'm not saying you can't get opinions, but at the end of the day, you shouldn't make decisions solely based off of other people's opinions. You need to be able to discern what's for you and if this is something good for you. But people project their fear onto you. And then people can only give you their opinion from their perspective. So I'm gonna use an example. If you want to move out of state and you asking somebody who never moved out of state, do you think it's a good idea if I should move out of state? They're gonna say no. First of all, their fear is projected onto you, and then they never did it. So how do you feel like that would help you? You never did it, they never did it. So it's just like, you should ask somebody who has done it before. You get what I'm saying? And even yet, and still, you could get some good advice, but at the end of the day, you need to make the decision. You weigh out your options, and I feel like you shouldn't even ask a whole bunch of people. You should ask 1 or 2 trusted people what they think. If you swear you need it, if you swear you need that reassurance, ask them what you think, but at the end of the day, make sure that decision is yours. And that was something that I definitely learned. Trusting myself and trusting my decisions. I think our fear be making the wrong decisions in life. So it's like we kind of put the responsibility on somebody else, because then it'd be like, oh, well, they told me to do this. No, like, there are no wrong decisions. Every decision is a left or a right path, and you're just deciding, are you going to left or are you going to right? Either way it goes, your life is going to continue. Your life is going to continue whichever path that you choose to take. So keep that in mind when making decisions, like, and you can always change your outcome, always. So yeah, y'all, so that's where I've been at. That's what I've been doing. Of course, I've been on YouTube lately. My YouTube has been taking off, and I'm so grateful for that. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I never thought that my YouTube would take off. I really did. Now that I'm on my little journey to like self-betterment, it's like I realize how many people are not healed in this world and are not on a journey to self-betterment. And it's just like, it's sickening to say the least, because it's just like you don't even know that you're like this. Like you just, it's crazy. Yeah, so I just be putting on some lashes I already wore before, and y'all already know that I use hair glue. So don't come in the comments talking about how I put on my lashes, because I'm liable to lay you out, and I probably would enjoy it. I don't know, I'm just ready for whatever. I'm receptive to what life has to offer, and I just love that, like, I'm a fluid person. Like, I don't know if it's the Gemini in me, but we are so fluid. I am like, 5 years ago, I was making lip gloss, I was making setting sprays, I was making makeup. Then I somehow transitioned into the into the hair industry. Now I'm a hairstylist. What the hell? Didn't see that coming. And now it's like I'm a YouTuber, and I just don't know what is next for me. And I just love that about life. Like, you don't have to stick to one thing. You can just do it all. Of course, in a smart way. Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I'm just open to whatever life has for me. Bitch, I look good, okay? It's like, who is that? All right, y'all, so this is the final look. I am announcing the 12K subbies giveaway winner, and I don't know as of right now, but by the time I upload this video, I will have known. So I'm gonna put the winner Instagram below right here. And I just want to say thank you so much. Congratulations, you have won a 30-inch frontal wig, and it is on its way to you. Thank you for participating, and I appreciate you, and I hope you enjoy your wig. And I just wanted to show my appreciation to my subscribers. So congratulations, girl. You are the 12K subby giveaway winner, okay? So anyways, y'all, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just talked about some personal things that, like, I have overcome, and even though I didn't get into details, I still feel like it was personal, because that's stuff that I talk about with, like, my close friends and stuff, but now it's on the internet. But whatever, I hope you guys could learn from it. I hope you guys could take from it. I hope some of you guys may have resonated with it. Comment below and let me know what are some things that you may have learned in 2020, okay? So make sure you subscribe and hit that bell button to get notified every time I drop some new heat, and join the international gang. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.